on NBC Sports California is brought to you by the County of Santa Clara. Book your COVID-19 vaccine appointment now.
So 3-0 Mariners. It's the bottom of the third. He's trying to get something going. Had a couple of base runners in the first inning, but not at the same time. One was raced on a double play. So Piscotty, Andrews, and Canna.
Wonder how Alex Jensen's call for the visiting team was.
Yeah, he's -2 right now in hockey terms.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out, and then ba-boomba.
Walton scoops it up. Piscotty's out. So 5 in a row retired by Yusei Kikuchi. Kikuchi's got an interesting contract, guys. And we'll see what the Mariners are going to do. Originally, it was a 3-year, $43 million deal. This is the third year of that 3-year deal. But there are 4 club options for the next 4 years. But each year, it's a $16 million salary. So what will the Mariners do? Is he a $16 million a year pitcher? You have a decision to make each year.
Well, I think just based on the way he's trending, if he can continue to iron things out and really polish what we've seen, I don't think there's any reason to believe that he won't be worth it. I think the question is, where are you at as a club, as an organization, ready to make that kind of a commitment to a guy if you don't feel like you're in a position to compete? And is he a guy that allows you, or that gets you one step closer to your ultimate goal?
And I wonder if it helps Kikuchi in the fact that you're not making a 4-year decision. You're making 4 one-year decisions. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that you're just talking about really 1 year at a time. But it's still a lot of money.
Well, I think a lot depends on where Jerry Dipoto, the general manager, thinks the club's going to go and how quickly they're going to go in the direction that they're talking about. I mean, at one time it was, I remember a couple of years ago when they had Diaz, who had 51 saves, and looked like that they were just a couple of players away from maybe contending, and all of a sudden everybody departed, and they were talking something like 22-23 for these young players to develop into postseason players. It's been a long time since the Mariners have been postseason.
In 2018, they were 89-73, and they were pretty good.
Yep.
Came up short. But yeah, they've gone 19 straight years without making the postseason. And they're really in the middle of a rebuild right now. But they do have some young talent, and they have young talent in the minor leagues as well. So they feel like they're headed in the right direction. But still may be a couple years away. No swing. So 2-1 the count to Mark Canna. Longest current postseason droughts. The Mariners surprised that the Phillies are on that list. We talk about the Angels quite a bit. Tigers have been down for a while, but the Phillies, I don't know, you just think that they've been in it, haven't they?
Well, I think, haven't they just won 2 world championships in their long history?
Yeah, 1980 and then
It's the Blue Jays.
2008.
Yeah, Blue Jays, yeah. Oh, the Rays, yeah. Said Blue Jays, the Rays. That was the one that it rained all the time.
That's right. That's right. They battled through it. Canna hits one well to right field. Haniger hustling back. Haniger near the wall, turns around, and that baby's gone.
Wow.
Well, nobody is hitting home runs like the A's are right now. That's their 13th home run in the last 5 games.
And to go opposite field at the Coliseum on a pitch that was up that he had to get on top of. And Mark Canha joins Laureano and Olson, double figures in home runs. That ball sticking over the right field fence. Kikuchi can't believe it, but he gave up one in 19 to Canha. So not like Canha's not familiar with it. But that's a good 2-strike opposite field hit by Mark Canha.
Well, we said home runs have been a problem for Montas. Gave up his 10th. Kikuchi, same thing. He just gave up his 10th home run this year in 53 innings. So, been an issue for him as well.
Well, the look on Kikuchi's face, dejected after the ball went out, but maybe he thought it did not have a chance to get out.
69 home runs now. One and 2 to Pinder, who hit into the 6-4-3 double play. That was in the first inning. Well, the A's made the Big A in Anaheim look very small.
Kind of like Dodger Stadium last year in October. Southern California, weather nice. And well, we talked about that, Cat, how it just seemed to be good hitter's park. Turned out to be exactly that.
So Canha with 10 home runs now. Kikuchi got that, and that was right in the box.
Oh,
Man.
It has not been a good night for Kikuchi in terms of getting calls that he probably should get. I think both sides missed one or two.
but Jeff Nelson, I mean, there's some umpires that give you that big strikeout, but Kikuchi's looking at it and started walking the dugout again. 97 on the inside corner. That was one that Brian Gorman yesterday with Sean Manaea didn't call a strike. It was brought up in the day.
Pinder drives one toward right center field, and Lewis slides and he makes the catch. Pretty good inning for Kyle Lewis. Good inning for Mark Canha as he hits his 10th home run of the year. So 4th inning coming up. It's now 3-1 Seattle. Third camera, run by Mike Phillips, better known as Rusty. There he is. Hi, Mike. Terrific basketball player at Sonoma State. Do you know that, Mike Phillips?
Do you know that's really him with the mask?
Canna's able to, tried to cut it off, couldn't do it. And Ty France has a leadoff double as he finds the gap in left center field.
Ty France, slider down, middle. Sends a shot up the gap. That's some loud noise there. Canna trying to cut it off. Not going to be able to.
He blew him away with 3 fastballs in his first at bat. So you think about speeding up a bat, he just did with a slider.
Here's Jose Godoy. A fly ball to center field in the second inning, and he hits one very high toward right. Piscotty backs up. France is going to tag up. France is going to try to go for third, and the throw comes through. One hop, but a little late, and France makes it. So he's at third with 1 out. This is how the bottom of the third came to an end, and a great catch by the center fielder Lewis.
Well, you can see Kyle Lewis tracking up the gap here, lays out, and you've got to anticipate this. And how about that small adjustment there at the very end? You see that ball starting to die very, very quickly. And Lewis lays out, gets under it. It's a heck of an effort, man.
And that's when you defer to the center fielder who should be taking charge, and he did that. Haniger going after it, then peeled off once he saw Lewis go into the dive. He was going to back up in case he missed it.
First pitch to Nottingham is low.
You want to bear down right here if you're Frankie. You're looking for that punch out. You got the infield in, trying to cut that run off.
Nottingham fouls it right at the plate. This is the Jacob Nottingham that was with the Athletics for a while in the minor leagues. Originally with the Houston Astros, but he was traded by the Houston Astros with Daniel Migden to the Athletics for Scott Kazmir, who in the A's traded him to the Milwaukee Brewers for Chris Davis. Foul territory. Olson, Piscotty. Piscotty has it, and France has to stay at third.
That's what you hope for right there. And Ole putting up his glove saying nice going, because you want the outfielder to come in charging because his momentum was there, and that's why France went halfway down the line. Ole, of course, going out as far as he could, and then peeled off when Piscotty got the ball. Throws it low, keeping it low.
Well, the hitter now, Donovan Walton. Walton struck out in the second inning. Swing and a miss. Good splitter.
By the way, when Scott Kazmir went to Houston, Brent Strom thought they were getting a top of the rotation pitcher. Found out that they didn't. Pitched well, but probably not pitching as deep in games that the Astros had hoped when they acquired him.
Strike on the inside corner. Montas gets the call there.
Dallas, I give him credit because he was out of baseball, out of the big leagues for 5 years. He came back and started.
Well, that's what's incredible about it, right? And I tell you right now, if he could learn to dial up what Frankie Montas is working with there,
That's it.
he'd have a nice return.
Yes, he would. That was a paint fastball inside corner, perfectly thrown.
got him swinging. Stayed with it. So he gets his 7th strikeout. The leadoff double does not score. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Your Bay Area BMW Centers. On this date in 1996, that's 25 years ago, Ken Griffey Jr. hits 3 home runs against the Yankees. It was the first of 2 times that Jr. would have a 3-homer game in his career.
And they probably heard a little "my oh my" from the late day meetings.
American League MVP in 1997. Finished with 630 career home runs and 1,836 career RBIs. His best stretch was a 4-year period from 1996 to 1999. He hit home run totals of 49, 56, 56, and 48. And those were the last 4 years in Seattle, because then he was traded to Cincinnati. He did finish his career in Seattle. He went back there in 2009 and 2010.
And Lou Piniella, his manager, told him with that artificial surface at the Kingdome, he said, "Junior, you really have to take care of yourself. If you don't, this turf is going to eat you alive." And I guess he took care of himself enough that he hit 630. So I think he was okay.
Yeah, he stayed relatively healthy with Seattle. He did not when he went to Cincinnati.
Right.
That became a little bit of an issue when he was with the Reds. He just got banged up. 2 quick outs here by Kikuchi in the bottom of the 4th. And now he faces Jed Lowry.
Well, Frankie threw 8 in the top of the inning after the leadoff double. Did a good job getting the next 3, and now Kikuchi throws 3. So Alex Jensen, in his first play-by-play for the Oakland Athletics, had a home run by Kyle Lewis. Then he got a chance with Mark Canha going opposite field. So he's got a home run for both teams.
Well, you got to change your excitement level a little bit.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, the crescendo's a little bit different.
Sort of broadcasting 101. Home runs are always exciting. They're just a little bit more exciting when your own team.
That's exactly right.
Well, that's all relative, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a pitcher speaking.
Well, just so you know, Dallas, when you were pitching and you gave up a home run, which I don't know if you ever gave up a home run, but if you did, I was very subdued. Extremely subdued.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Really feeling it, feeling the sadness.
Or maybe just the the Earth's impact of that baseball finally landing somewhere.
Yeah, orbiting the Earth.
Broken bat grounder right to Crawford. So a 7-pitch inning for Kikuchi, and we are through 4 at the Coliseum. Mariners 3, A's 1.
Out on the action, get your A's tickets and come see baseball in person this Memorial Day weekend. The A's take on Shohei Ohtani and the Angels when they roll into the town Memorial Day weekend. Tickets start at $19. 2-seat and 4-seat pods are still available. They're right now available, so get your tickets. Find your seats today at athletics.com/tickets. Saw the Angels over the weekend. They'll be here starting Thursday for a 4-game series. Should be a lot of excitement following these Mariners.
Top of the 5th, and the leadoff man for Seattle, Kelenic, leading it off. He walked and scored in the first, hit a fly ball to right in the third. And that one is smoked to right field. Second deck for the youngster, and it's 4-1. Give that a Ray Fosse wow.
Yeah. Well, number 10.
Well, we didn't see it in his first game, but we saw it shortly after. And there is a lot of power in the swing of this young man here. Heads up at the Bellevue Rotary Club.
Second home run of the career for Jarred Kelenic.
Well, the sound said it all with Kyle Lewis and now Kelenic. Counting for 3 runs of the Mariners 4.
Chapman has it. Throws it across. Haniger's out. So after a double and a single, Haniger is retired. And that's 1 out. Here's Kyle Seager.
Well, those 2 fastballs thrown by Frankie Montas have proof that no matter how hard you throw, if the location is bad, and this location bad for a pitcher, great for a hitter, right there. Look at the legs, look at the thighs. I mean, he's got the lower body as well.
First pitch to Seager. Well, Kelenic was not a Seattle Mariners draft choice. He was traded to Seattle from the Mets. That was the Robinson Cano deal. And I think the Mariners are quite pleased with that whole situation because they also got a young pitcher by the name of Justin Dunn, who is in their rotation this year and doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
So they got a young pitcher and outfielder who most people think is going to be a star.
Now it's a strike. Well, I think that that trade that you just mentioned is kind of a win now or win later, and Mariners able to get a couple of young players for winning later, whereas the Mets trying to win now.
And I think the Mariners felt like we can trade Robinson Cano's contract. Well, this may be a win now and a win later for us.
It's exactly. Well, I was thinking the same thing, but I would just leave that alone. But you're right. There's Frankie. Everything's soft to Kyle Seager, and maybe learning about Kelenic and this young man at the plate right now, maybe trying to do the same thing.
8 strikeouts for Frankie Montas. So lots of strikeouts.
And you can see why they're excited about the future in Seattle. They've got some power threats. This on display right here. Prime example, Kyle Lewis torched that baseball.
And they're not just over the fence either. those are very deep. Those two were very deep. I mean, just the sound. Enough said.
Oh, 0-2 to Lewis. Did he go? No. Cut down to Ryan Willis.
You can hear the fans here not happy about it, and you can see why. Like Lewis way out there.
Yeah. It's almost like Willis saw Sean Murphy head in the dugout and said, I can stop you. And he did.
Lewis's home run in the 3rd. Was his 4th home run of the year. Last year in his rookie year, he hit 11 in 58 games. He went that time.
Oh, goodness. What is wrong? This guy's unbelievable. So it's not as bad, but he shouldn't even gotten an opportunity to have that one.
3-2 to Lewis. And that one's low. Frankie Montas staring down to first base umpire Ryan Willis. So Lewis is aboard with the 2-out walk.
You know, the time you'd like to see a home plate umpire make the call himself, he didn't. And rightfully he should not. It should be the first or third base umpires making those in the check swings, but we have seen home plate umpires make the call, and usually Lewis had been called out on the first one if it had been the home plate umpire.
Here's Crawford. Crawford slices one toward the line and left. It's a fair ball. Canna goes into a slide. It kicks off his glove, and Lewis is going to get to third, and he's going to hold there.
That's a
Crawford goes the other way.
Well, that's a break because that ball going down the line with 2 outs. You figure Canna doing his best, knowing that good speed on the base paths, but able to pop up quickly and get the ball back in.
Yeah, even though Canna did not cut it off, he really did a good job in the corner. ball came right back to him. Cam Bedrosian's going to get up. First time as a member of the Athletics. 85 pitches for Frankie Montas. This is a big at bat and a big out to get in this game with the score 4-1. 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs. France with a strikeout and a double. Sanders has it, his throw in time, and 2 runners are stranded, but a home run by Kelenic, a long one to right field. It's 4-1 Seattle.
Join us as we celebrate Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month at the ballpark on Thursday, May 27th. That's coming up this week. Don't miss out to see your green and gold against Shohei Ohtani and the Los Angeles Angels. Special pricing for single game tickets up to 25% off. Find your seats at athletics.com/tickets.
Matt Chapman leading things off, bottom of the 5th inning. Kikuchi has allowed 2 hits. He has walked 1 and he has struck out 1. Came into the start with more strikeouts than innings pitched. Just 1 tonight. Very good job, a lot of ground ball outs.
Well, and I think just based on the velocity we've seen alone, and really the margin from which he has missed tonight hasn't been excessive. He's been around the strike zone, around the plate, around his misses. So for Kikuchi to settle in, 60 pitches here, the night could get short for the A's.
Line toward right center, that's a base hit. So Matt Chapman goes the other way. He's got a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 5th.
And that's Matt Chapman at his best right there.
You said it, boss. Shoot him the other way, right? Let this bad boy travel. Trying to work a change piece. It looks away. Chapman just stays down on it. And you are so right, Foss. Every time you see Matt Chapman strike the ball well, you start to see him really put it together. You get a lot of hits to the other side of the field.
There's the spray chart for Matt Chapman.
You won't strike out as much, you get more hits, and then you make a mistake, or a pitcher makes a mistake, and you turn on and hit it in the seats. A lot of hit to the opposite field.
fastball outside corner strike. Murphy bounced out to short in the second inning. Murphy, good series down in Anaheim. 4 for 9, couple of doubles, couple of RBIs. Batting average climbing. It's up to 226 coming into tonight.
It was hard hit too. Smoked a ball off the wall, held to a single. Say yesterday, I believe.
Takes a little bit inside. Good take, 2-1 the count.
Well, this is where you got to get to Kikuchi, trying to get himself back into an even count. He leaves something over the middle here. Got to make him pay.
A little bit low. Good take again. So fairly close pitches. Murphy laying off. 3-1 the count.
Well, Kikuchi's got to be thinking, I'm finally getting some run support. Now I have to do my job to finish the deal. Make a mistake.
Murphy had a good swing.
If he hit a ball that hard to right field, that means he's thinking about the other pitches that Kikuchi throws.
More importantly, looks like the stash is coming in nice for Murphy.
It's not even Movember.
Straight up defense. Double play depth for Seattle. And that one right down the middle, and Murphy looked at it.
Number 25, Steven Piscotty.
I'm still amazed that hitters on a 3-2 or any count with 2 strikes take a fastball down the middle of the plate. So maybe he was looking for those other pitches.
Yep. Well, he had to be.
Yeah, but that's the. I mean, guys who take fastballs with 2 strikes are looking for something else, and that's why you look fastball, make an adjustment. I mean, that's the problem, and I think. Remember talking to Jed Lowry, got a base hit off of Hartford from Kansas City Royals, and he said you can never look soft with a guy throwing mid-90s. Because if you get the fastball, you can't do anything with it. But if you look fastball, then you can make an adjustment on something that is thrown off speed.
Kikuchi had 68 pitches. He's usually in the 90s with his pitch count. Going over 100 just one time. And this is his 9th start. Backhanded by Seager, gets up, throws the second for one on to first, not quite in time. Seager made a nice play and then he get a quick throw off. Get the lead runner.
Well, it's hopeful for a double. Instead, he slides and comes up, make a perfect throw, and Scotty had to hurry to avoid being doubled up.
See Kikuchi, big fan of the great play from the man at the hot corner, the other Seager brother.
He's got a gold glove back in 2014.
He can pick it, man. And just the idea that he knew, again, let's take care of one. Make sure we get one. So he uses the glove to push himself up, make a strong throw over to second. And because he does that all so fluidly and efficiently, surprisingly enough, made it closer at first than it probably should have been.
More action, a little bit easier play for Seager. Flips to second, and that'll do it. Leadoff hit for Chapman, nothing else for the A's. We're headed to the 6th.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Oakland Athletics. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Athletics Investment Group, LLC.
Mariners 4, A's 1. Top of the 6th inning. Cam Bedrosian still throwing out in the A's bullpen. Frankie Montas back out there, but he is at 87 pitches. He faces Godoy, the catcher, and then Nottingham, the DH, followed by Walton, the second baseman. 3 walks, 8 strikeouts for Montas.
I think anytime a pitcher gets close to that that magical number, is Bedrosian wearing the number 60, is loose in the bullpen. There should be an automatic video that shows Dallas Braden coming off the mound at the end of 8 innings saying, Bob Guerin, I've got the 9th. You know, that'd be a great video to show. Talk about incentive, getting pumped up.
Well, you just want to plant your flag out there. And I think the mentality of wanting to finish what you start is something that, you know, I think twofold has kind of been taken away from guys, been stripped away from starting pitchers.
Chapman hustling down. Drop foul.
And unfortunately, I feel like there's been a slight bit of relinquishing as well on the behalf of starters that say, okay, all you're looking for is 5, 6. I can give you that. And again, there's no, I can't blame them based on compensation. That's just, that's what you always have to remember.
That's right.
That's what's being asked of them. That's what they're being compensated for.
1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. 9 strikeouts. Mentioned a couple of the injuries to the Mariners, Dylan Moore and Evan White, because they're regulars, but there is a whole bunch of Mariners out, including important guys like Marco Gonzalez, probably their number 1 pitcher. Or Ken Giles, he's out for the year. Kendall Graveman, the COVID issue. James Paxton was signed as a free agent. He's out. A couple other relievers, Steckenrider, Vest, Will Vest. So their bullpen is a little bit banged up with some COVID issues. Shed Long was playing some second base. Kind of the name that jumps out is former A. Kendall Graveman, who has become quite a reliever.
That's right.
He's done a heck of a job for Seattle.
That's 5 saves.
Yeah. His stuff is playing in the bullpen big time.
Absolutely.
And you know what? He's a good guy, and it's nice to see him sort of reinvent himself. He could pitch out of the bullpen for a long time.
Well, he's the guy whose stuff is maximized in that short burst.
Yeah. Well, they said that, high velocity now, and he's always had the lots of movement on his pitches.
Oh, great sinker.
Does not look like we'll see Graveman in this series, although COVID related, you never know. They could come off at any time.
Remember the game he pitched in Chicago against the White Sox after talking to the GOAT, Greg Maddux, through 98 pitch complete game against the White Sox. I mean, that's sinker, slider, ground ball, see you later.
Mighty swing by Nottingham, and he missed it. 10 strikeouts for Frankie Montas.
Well, it was a big swing and a big miss. Frankie doing a good job of just taking Nottingham out of the zone here, working him down.
See, there's your 2-strike approach right there.
Yeah, swing hard even with 2 strikes.
And you wonder why the strikeouts are up.
You didn't think that was much of a 2-strike hack? Well, before tonight, Frankie Montas season high in strikeouts.